Hello and welcome back. Today is day 19 and it is space. Now, my first thought went to like out in space, but then I thought about creating space, and I thought resist. Like it would force me a little bit to create space. I'm not great about leaving white space. So maybe now is a time to like kind of play with that idea and do some testing. So I immediately thought about a resist, like I said. And so I thought, what if I got out my glossy, heavy medium gel? This isn't the brand I usually use. I usually use the TCW brand, and I have that here. So maybe we could actually use both and see, just see which one kind of gives us that. The other thing is I'm going to try and be real. There's going to be a long dry time on this, and I'm going to need to let it dry. So, there's that too. So I'm just going to go in with a palette knife just so that I'm not being real deliberate about where I'm placing this, and I might be a little heavy-handed. So the right side we're going to use with the TCW brand. I don't know why I didn't plan, to do a product. Okay, this really isn't a product thing, but we're gonna do it this way anyways, just for so this is thinner than the TCW brand. I noticed it's not as thick. I do like the Deco Art Americana premium brands usually, but I am partial to my TCW mediums. Okay, so we've got that down, creating a resist. So now I'm going to let it dry. If I dry it with a heat tool, it's going to dry on the outside but stay squishy on the inside. So I'm going to let this actually dry naturally this time. So we'll be back in a minute. Alright, and although this really wasn't my intent, you can definitely see that this was thicker and I was able to get higher peaks, and it totally dried clear like that. And then this, equally as nice, just not as high of peaks. And it's still totally glossy, totally clear, totally dry. And that wasn't even overnight. That was just a couple hours of drying time. And yet it's totally and completely dry. Alright. Now what? Good question. Not quite sure. But so far, space has really taken a lot of space. Bottom.
Without me, I bet that you can get any sleep in that bed, lying awake. 'Cause I'm not there beside you, keeping you warm and I know. I bet you're cold. You're so damn cold. It never rains in California. The sun is always shining bright. But if the sky would open up, you're staying home, you don't get out. You always used to love the rain, but LA changed you. No rain, no flowers, nothing's growing where you're at. Heart is fire, but baby, I bet you're cold without me, even when it's 90 degrees. Without me, I bet that you can get any sleep in that bed, lying awake. 'Cause I'm not there beside you, keeping you so damn cold. I bet you're cold. You're so damn cold. No rain, no flowers, nothing's growing where you're at. Heart is fire, but baby, I bet you're cold without me. Even when it's 90 degrees, without me, I bet that you can get any sleep in that bed, lying awake. 'Cause I'm not there beside you, keeping you warm and I know. I bet you're cold. You're so damn cold. It never rains in California. The sun is always shining bright. It never rains in California. The sun is always shining bright. People are smiling, making plans, hiding behind their shades, and you're doing the same. No rain, no flowers, nothing's growing where you're at. Heart is fire, but baby, I bet you're cold without me. Even when it's 90 degrees, without me, I bet that you can get any sleep in that bed, lying awake. 'Cause I'm not there beside you, keeping you warm and I know. I bet you're cold. You're so damn cold. It never rains in California. The sun is always shining bright. But if the sky would open up, you're staying home, you don't get out. You always used to love the rain, but LA changed you. No rain, no flowers, nothing's growing where you're at. Heart is fire, but baby, I bet you're cold without me. Even when it's 90 degrees, without me, I bet that you can get any sleep in that bed, lying awake. 'Cause I'm not there beside you, keeping you warm and I know. I bet you're cold. You're so damn cold. I bet you're cold. You're so damn cold. No rain, no flowers, nothing's growing where you're at. Heart is fire, but baby, I bet you're cold without me. Even when it's 90 degrees, without me, I bet that you can get any sleep in that bed, lying awake. 'Cause I'm not there beside you, keeping you warm and I know. I bet you're cold. You're so damn cold. It never rains in California. The sun is always shining bright. California, the sun is always shining bright. People are smiling, making plans, hiding behind their shades, and you're doing the same. No rain, no flowers, nothing's growing where you're at. Heart is fire, but baby, I bet you're cold without me. even when it's 90 degrees. Without me, I bet that you can get any sleep in that bed, lying awake. 'Cause I'm not there beside you, keeping you warm and I know I bet you're cold. You're so damn cold. It never rains in California. The sun is always shining bright. But if the sky would open up, you're staying home, you don't get out. You always used to love the rain, but LA changed you. No rain, no flowers, nothing's growing where you're. Hot as fire, but baby, I bet you're cold without me, even when it's 90 degrees. Without me, I bet that you can get any sleep in that bed, lying awake. 'Cause I'm not there beside you, keeping you warm and I know I bet you're cold. You're so damn cold. I bet you're cold. You're so damn cold. No flowers, nothing's growing where you're at. Hot as fire, but baby, I bet you're cold without me.